Hello. This is an amazing evening because Peter is such a force of nature, such a force of love. And I just feel it here so much, and I think we should all say hi to Peter because he's definitely here with us. So my name is Geri Critchley. I'm on the board of Peter's Operation Respect. And I know it's the end of the evening. I'm going to make this short. I have a few things to say about Peter. Peter Yarrow lived his life defying Earth's gravitational forces. He was beyond human boundaries and limitations. SpaceX has nothing on Peter. Peter, on his very own, transcended time and space. Peter was a vessel through which the world flowed. I can hear him singing, "There is only one river, there is only one sea, and it flows through you, and it flows through me." More than 40 years ago, I met Peter in Rochester, Minnesota, performing at a Wilmar Aid benefit that Mary Beth was very involved in. That was a long time ago, and he had no idea where he was going to sleep that night. Well, it didn't faze him in the least. He had faith in the world like a wandering monk. And so what happened is he ended up sleeping at my house. We had just moved to Rochester. He slept on a couch with a coat as a blanket, and he couldn't have been more grateful. During COVID, Peter left Manhattan and stayed for a month at his longtime assistant Tony's house in upstate New York. And he slept in a very small room with one window, and he kept saying, "This is all I need. This is all I really need." And we all know that basically Peter, material possessions were basically not where he placed his values. Not only did Peter's music, Peter's music so positively changed the world, but if he could be helpful in any way, he always and miraculously and selflessly found the time in his very busy schedule for everyone and every cause. Unfortunately, I only have time to mention a few, but when Peter was called about the murder of Matthew Shepard in Wyoming, he was on the next plane to give a concert to support the family, which led to a national movement and a foundation advocating love over hate. I asked Peter, yeah, it was pretty amazing. I asked Peter if he would like to sing at the Washington Monument for the Peace Corps' 30th anniversary on the Mall in Washington, D.C. He loved the idea and sang to 7,000 returned Peace Corps volunteers on the Mall, reliving his cherished memories of Peter, Paul, and Mary performing at the March on Washington in the 60s. It was the highlight of the Peace Corps celebration. And during Peace Corps Volunteer Advocacy Day on Capitol Hill, Peter carried his guitar on his back throughout the halls of Congress, stopping in offices spontaneously and singing songs. The audience was always receptive, and he, of course, always had a great standing ovation. How fondly I remember Peter, Paul, and Bethany performing at the Nelson Mandela Memorial at the National Cathedral. They were invited to sing because they were such important peacemakers. Their harmony soared through the cathedral to celebrate the life of Mandela, who was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for having established a multiracial democracy in South Africa, a symbol of reconciliation and human rights. And a few times Peter invited members of Congress, again spontaneously, he'd call them up the day before, to the lawn of the US Capitol. And with Senator Ted Kennedy, Senator Patrick Leahy, Congressman Nita Lowey, and many more to advocate for both Operation Respect and also for the arts. And crowds showed up from all over the place, and legislation was later passed. When Senator Harris Wofford married at the age of 90 on Nantucket, Peter sang the wedding song, There Is Love, composed by Paul, Noel Stuckey, for Peter's wedding in 1971, and it melted hearts. Peter flew all night from the Middle East to Washington, D.C. to perform at a benefit. Arriving directly from the airport with his suitcase, transcending jet lag and fatigue, he gave a moving performance on peace and justice, of course staying till the last person left. He was never tired, he simply ignored it, and the list goes on. Peter's NGO, Operation Respect, and his mentoring of youth is legendary. He even encouraged my daughter Hillary to create a peace NGO at her high school. When they received an award from Youth Service America, Peter so generously performed at the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage and came all the way down from New York to do so, to support their efforts. And on a phone call recently, Peter asked, in his loving, caring way, if I would put my 3-year-old grandson on the phone, and Peter sang Puff the Magic Dragon, and which Thomas continued to sing every night at bedtime with absolutely no prompting. And Peter was always amazed that that song, Puff the Magic Dragon, is still in the 4th generation, and 4-year-olds now are still singing it. So Peter, your fire and spirit, your love and hope will always be with us, lighting the world ad infinitum. Thank you, Peter. Rest in peace. Amen.